Hey everybody, Mark Horner here. Hope you're doing well. I thought I'd try something a bit different tonight in this live stream. And I'll share on that, just briefly give people a few moments to drop in here on this Sunday evening here in Washington State. Yeah, I'm about 30 miles north of Seattle in Snohomish, Washington. I hope you had a good weekend, if it's still the weekend where you are at. It was pretty quiet here, all in all. Here in Washington State, we've been getting a lot more rain. I mean, a lot of rain and cloudy skies with only an occasional break in the clouds. See the stars just briefly here and there at night. But it hasn't gotten terribly cold. But you know what? We'll take every bit of that rain because we could certainly use it. So, yeah, let me go ahead and share what the concept is here. And maybe it's something you like. If not, that's fine too. But I thought I would share some photos, as the title suggests. In fact, you know what I really should do is I should share this on Twitter real quick. So let's do that. Let's bring this up on Twitter because I think a few more people will jump on. And I know just where to do that. Because Tom on Whidbey Island, Washington, it would be fun if we could have him here. He oftentimes jumps on. There we go. There goes the tweet. And thank you for your patience on that. Okay, so what I'm going to share are some photos, the good, the bad, and the ugly. And we'll go through them really quickly. From a nature outing, if you will. It's my familiar stomping grounds here in the Snohomish area. Those of you who follow me will recognize these areas right off the bat, trust me. And we're going to see kind of a neat encounter with a bald eagle, given the location and the activity. And we'll see some seals upriver and some salmon who are spawning at the time. This was all done in mid-October on the same day. So it was a single day. I had my 10-year-old son with me, and he's got an eagle eye. I mean, seriously, he sees things that I thought I had a good eye. He will see things around us in our environment way off in the distance, even. So just to kind of set that up, he saw 3 bald eagles before I saw them, 2 while we were driving, and the third one he spotted on the ground, far, far away. So let's get to it. Let's bring up the video and I'll talk through it. And we're doing this live stream via Zoom, so we're gonna bring the video up in Zoom. All right, so you should be seeing a tree right now. Some people would say the tree, because this is one that I've been known to photograph and shoot video of and do live remotes from many, many times over the years. So yeah, we're on Springhetty Road in Snohomish. What I did before I press play is I took the photos and I brought them into Adobe Lightroom, and I exported them so that they could be used as 4K. But what I ended up doing was I brought them into LumaFusion, which is a video editing app on my iPad, and I exported for the purpose of this in 720p because Zoom, it says that the ideal video resolution is 720p. So there you go. So I've edited the photos into a video, and we'll just go through them. So yeah, we're along Springhetty Road in Snohomish on a mid-October day, beautiful leaves still clinging to the trees at that time. Boy, has that changed over the last 2 or 3 weeks with all the wind and rain. Produce fields and snow geese flying overhead. Now we're at the local airport in Snohomish, Harvey Field, and my son spotted that eagle out there on the ground beyond the runway. Yeah, before you get to the dumpster. Not sure if that was the attraction, but the eagle took off, flying towards us just as a plane was taking off. So you see those moments here. Let me pause the video. So you see the plane now to your right and the bald eagle to your left, just above the ridgeline. And the eagle keeps flying towards us. And what's kind of cool about this shot, if you know the area, that's Glacier Peak High School up on the hillside. Beautiful campus overlooking the Snohomish Valley up there. And those of you who have followed me over the years, yes, I've been live there over the years doing sunsets and moon rises and some other cool events, weather events. It's a great view up there at the high school. So the eagle flies on by, and since we're still at the Harvey Field, I'm taking a few shots of this plane as it takes off, and snow geese flying overhead. And yes, still at Harvey Field, the train comes. I hope you see this, Kit. Kit's a regular who watches and always likes to see the trains. Thought it was pretty cool. Burlington Northern, appropriately in fall colors. And then, and I'll pause it here, we've moved on from the airport and now we're making our way up Lord Hill and saw these pumpkin decorations as we were making our way up the main road up Lord Hill. And you get these beautiful pastoral views and fall colors like this horse. To me, this heck, Deb, if you're watching and from Montana, that's the kind of scene that would, with the horse there, that would inspire perhaps a painting. Now we're making our way down another road, down Lord Hill to our ultimate destination, which is a bend in the river. And lo and behold, we're there. And I'll pause it here because lots of seagulls. Much of the year, you won't see lots of seagulls, but you do at this moment in mid-October because the salmon, they are spawning. And when they're spawning, they're dying. So it's easy pickings for the seagulls. So you can't not hear the clamor of the seagulls. And so we have a couple of shots here. We're on the Short School Road side of the river. Across the river is the Bob Ehrman Wildlife Preserve. And I thought it'd be kind of fun to single out a seagull. And sure enough, there's a seal. And I'll put two and two together, or one and one in a moment. But this, I think the seals are always as curious in us as we are in them. I mean, no matter where I've photographed seals from Camino Island to Snohomish, whether in the river or salt water, they oftentimes are going back and forth and they'll just stare you up and down. They find us curious too. And so, yeah, we're clicking through the images here and I'm just waiting for the moment where hopefully I see a seal with a fish. And truth be told, there was a pair here, which is not uncommon. We're 14 miles upriver from Puget Sound. And yeah, they're that far upriver in the fresh water because they're following the food source, which is the salmon that are spawning. And it's a real easy hunt because they're slowing down and dying, the salmon. The seals are perfectly healthy and they're getting fattened up. And again, the seal's just staring away and working their hunt. What I learned about one of these seals in particular was, in years past, I've seen them really bring that salmon out of the water and roll over even kind of like an otter. And speaking of salmon, here's one coming towards us. Look how beat up it is. They're the end of its life, the end of its journey. And they come right up. I mean, I'm shooting down just beyond my toes on the edge of the river. I mean, this is just the way it is. And this area is also known as Thomas's Eddy. It's a bend in the river. There's a few islands out there. And I just thought the fall colors along that little island were really beautiful. Yeah, but singling out a seagull because it's going to be following a seal, more salmon. And you're seeing everything in the order that I shot it. That doesn't look so beat up. I believe that's a female salmon, a hen in the vernacular of science, if you will. And at this moment, we're getting toward the end of the video here in the picture taking. And I believe the seal has a salmon in its mouth. And it's kind of, yeah, there it goes. It brings it up for some big bites, but it kind of keeps it beneath the water, just beneath the water surface most of the time. You know why? The seals, okay, so the seagulls come in and try and steal from it. So that seal just went underneath, and then lo and behold, right where the seal went down, the seagull's moving in, and it wants some bits and pieces. And so that seagull's going to keep an eye out for the seal. Meantime, snow geese overhead, more salmon coming up just beyond my feet in the shallows. I mean, look, it's nearly touching the bottom of the river, and its dorsal fin is just piercing the surface there. So these fish are on there. Definitely, if they were full of life and whatnot, they wouldn't be so close. But now I've got less than a second per shot here, and you get an idea. Seal ducks under, and there's the seagull just off to the right there a moment ago, just following this seal with its fish. And again, this specific seagull was just following the seal, hoping to get bits. A day in mid-October here in Washington State, before all the leaves came down and while the salmon were still very much spawning. Anyhow, what do you think of this approach to sharing photographs? I don't know if this is for everybody, but maybe you like this kind of I feel like I'm doing a talk at the library kind of a thing. Anyhow, feel free to leave your comments and thoughts in the comments below. And if there are some other scenes here in the Snohomish area that in Washington State, things that interest you, let me know. Perhaps I can get out there and share with you as well, either with a recorded video upload or doing something live. I certainly enjoy going live. I also want to thank PNW writer, my friend Bob, who lives down in Texas these days, but is from this area, recently commented that he likes supporting the channel because it reminds him of home. And Bob throws in a comment here and there and some thumbs up, and most recently started supporting me on Patreon. And I want to give a shout out to Bob. Thanks so much, Bob. I really appreciate that. If you would like to support me, certainly a thumbs up is much appreciated. If you want to go a step further and check out my Patreon, it's patreon.com/beyond 90 seconds, just like the channel name, patreon.com/beyond 90 seconds. All right. Doesn't look like we have any comments in the live chat, but thank you very much if you check this out, either live or the replay. Really appreciate it. Hope your week is a good one.